Next, here's the guy with the most beautiful singing voice of all time, my co-host of Pyle and Company, Jacob Pyle.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. Oh, la la la, di-di-da, la la, di-di-da, da-dum. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for melody, and you've got us feeling alright. John at the bar is a friend of mine, and he gives me my drinks for free. And he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe this is killing me, as the smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Oh, la la la, di-di-da, la la, di-di-da, da-dum. Now Paul is a real estate novelist, never had time for a wife. And he's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. Yeah, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Well, it's a pretty good crowd for Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like beer. And they sit at the bar and put red in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Oh, la la la, di-di-da, la-di-di-da-da-dum. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for melody, and you've got us feeling alright.
Thank you very much. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Jacob Pyle. Welcome to Pyle and Company.
It's the return of Pyle and Company with Anna Pintilla, Jacob Pyle, this week's guest, Bogdana Ocheret, Tim Shaw, and a Pyle and Company throwback interview with Ron Sowders. And now, here they are, Anna Pintilla and Jacob Pyle.
Thank you, Butch. Welcome to Pyle and Company. I'm Anna Pintilla.
And I'm Jacob Pyle. Glad to have you with us. Our guests this week are Bogdana Ocheret and Tim Shaw. How was your week thus far, Anna?
My week's been pretty good so far. How's yours?
Can't complain. If you missed last week's show, Anna Pintilla made her debut as my co-host on Pyle and Company.
We have the link below this video if anybody wants to watch.
What did you think of the show thus far, Anna?
So far, I think the show's been really fun. I've had a lot of great interviews and really cool people.
In your honest opinion, what do you think of my singing?
I thought your singing was really good. Honestly, surprised how good it was.
Speaking of questions, we did kind of want to answer one question because it's been brought up lately. Anna, do we actually do the show live?
Well, yes and no. While Pyle and Company is presented live on YouTube at 2 in the afternoon, all of the segments, including interviews, are pre-recorded. There's two main reasons for this. One, we don't have the podcasting equipment to do live shows. And two, we all have really busy schedules. As I said last week, I'm a full-time teacher and I have a family. And Jacob works weird night hours. And our off-screen announcer, Butch McCain, has other projects in addition to Pyle and Company. And all of the people we interview have other projects going on, so they're busy too. Eventually, it'd be really fun to do a live show.
Anna knows this because her first appearance on Pyle and Company was as a guest co-host, but when I conduct the interviews, I record the interview right then and there to be shown at a later date. And usually, I always have a quick discussion with the guests. They're usually edited out from the final project so I can let them know the air date. You know, pretty much all the stuff that you normally don't see. When I did Darren Daniels' interview, for example, I was giving him the air date and he was looking at his calendar, and I was like, not realizing the show is pre-recorded, and said that he isn't unavailable on that date. It happens, right?
I hope that answers your question. Jacob, do you have the final guest for us this week?
I sure do, Anna.
Take it away.
Thank you, Anna, very much. By the way, we should point out that we were originally scheduled to have on our show this week Manuel Luna is our special guest. Unfortunately, though, due to technical difficulties beyond our control, we are unable to present to you Manuel Luna's interview this week. Hopefully we will get the bugs worked out and we will eventually get around to having Manuel Luna on a future episode of our show. We do apologize for the inconvenience. Now on to our guest for today. Our guest this week is an actor from Modesto, California. He's a blue-collar guy. He could easily be a white-collar guy as well. He's a fine gentleman and I think you will like him. Say hello to Tim Shaw. Tim, welcome. So go ahead and tell us about yourself.
I don't really know where to start on that one, but I started acting when I was like 6 years old, and church Christmas plays and Easter plays, those ones where you play a sheep, where your only costume is a sweatshirt that says sheep on it. And I guess that was enough to get me caught with the bug, man. That's kind of how it started.
Tell us how you became an actor.
Yeah, the costumes were real low tech. Like, when you have a gray sweatshirt that says sheep, it doesn't get much more low tech than that. But it was a small church, and then after that, I did speech and debate in high school, all 4 years, and I wound up being the speech captain, which also helped. And I also did drama in my senior year of high school, where I was in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I was the Dr. Jekyll's friend, Dr. Lanyon, which I had a great time with. I had so much fun rehearsing that. Although the production we did was a little bit different. We did Dr. Jekyll and Ms. Hyde, because the girl who was playing Hyde was pretty much typecast. So that was kind of interesting. And after that, I took a few acting classes in college, and was actually an extra in a movie in 2009 for the show. The movie was called Browncoat's Redemption. It was a fan film for the Firefly universe, which I was a huge fan of. I loved that show. And so as soon as I saw that it was filming in my area in Washington, D.C., I jumped on it really, really quickly. And after that, unfortunately, I had to kind of take a pause. I had to get a job, because acting, as fun and glamorous and interesting as it is, the return on investment can be comparatively low. So I had to get a regular 9-to-5 and be bored out of my mind for a few years.
What would be your advice to any young people that are interested in being an actor?
Be confident in yourself. You can't just be a wallflower in going for roles. Like, you have to be active. You have to be, going for that role. You have to be contacting agents. You have to, you have to be putting yourself out there. And if you're just a wallfly, that's not really how it works. Also, get involved in your local theater groups, because they are great sources of referrals. I'm in Modesto, California, and we have the Gallo Center Repertory Company. And I was most recently in their To Kill a Mockingbird production. And before that, I hadn't done anything since college. So, and then they were really instrumental in helping me, point me in some directions of some other roles and a few other things. And so getting involved in local theater is a great way to do it.
And finally, do you have an upcoming project you want to promote?
Yeah. I am currently doing a series of old-timey radio plays for a local access radio station, but they are going to be on Spotify. But they've been a lot of fun. They've stretched my accent work a little bit. Had to perfect a wee bit of a Cockney accent, which took a little longer than I expected, but I think I did a decent job. And then I have a movie where I was a police officer in coming out, called Donna and Allie. That's supposed to be coming out in September. That was filmed in Oakland, California, and I had a great time with the director, the producers, the cast, everyone, and that should be dropping in September.
All right, Tim Shaw, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Anna?
Thank you, Jacob. Our next guest is an actress. Would you please welcome to the show, Bogdana Ocheret. Welcome, Bogdana. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Ukraine originally. I've been here for 10 years. I know my accent is still thick, so I hope it works out for you guys. But apparently now, since I'm in Los Angeles and Hollywood and everything, it got me into thinking I want to try myself in acting, because it's been my dream since I was a little kid. But after, you graduate, you go to law school. I went to law school in Ukraine. I came to America. I worked as a legal assistant for a bit. Then I changed. I worked in medical field as a medical assistant. Then I got to Hollywood and I want to try myself in acting. I like to
Awesome.
work out. I like to go hiking, going out with my friends, pretty much all the social stuff and yeah, movies.
How did you get your start in acting?
I do background. I do a lot of background, and sometimes we do commercials, a few, but mostly background. Apologize. I want to get into an acting school here. It's called Ivana Chabak Method. She's pretty famous, so I have a lot of friends who go there and want to get in, but I gotta study a book to get in first. So that's what I'm doing now.
What would be your advice to any young people who want to be an actor?
Do it locally. If you when you an immigrant and you try to do it in a different country, it's harder. I feel like if I be in Russian speaking television, it would be much easier. But anyway, if you want to do it, find an agent. And with an agent, it's way easier. That's also what I want to do now. When you find a manager or a casting agent, it just works out faster.
And finally, are there any upcoming projects you'd like to promote?
I work on call, so every project that comes up and they need like my type of people to be filled with. Basically, I work 2 days a week usually, and some of the projects are pretty long. Some of them are pretty short, just a few days. Some of them are a few months. So far, we just started one, and I think it'll be going for a few weeks. But it's not like every day. Maybe once a week I do it.
Bogdana Ocheret, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Thank you, Anna, very much. And by the way, if you want to be a guest on our show, it's just that simple. Email me, Jacob Pyle, at jtpyle1@aol.com. That's jtpyle, the number 1, at aol.com. Now, most of the people I have interviewed on the show usually come on to promote a current project or a show that they were on, or a film, or whatever. One time, I got a random email from Ron Sowders, and he wanted to promote his business on our show. This was the first time we've ever had a business come right out and ask me to advertise their business on the show. One afternoon, I drove over to Ron Sowders' place in Sharpsville. Both he and his wife were very nice to me, and we had a good discussion. So, from July of 2021, here's my interview with Ron Sowders. As some of you may have heard at the beginning of, like, since last week actually, since at the beginning of the newscast, we got a new sponsor joining our team that will be sponsoring our show. Ron's Town Car and Taxi Service, and I want you to meet, this is the owner. This is Ron, the owner.
Hi.
And this is, what's your name?
Amber.
His wife, and then their son,
Logan.
All right. So how long have you guys been involved? How long have you guys been running this business?
We started out about 2 years ago as a part-time gig on the weekends and this and that. Then about a year and a half ago, I decided to go semi-full-time with it. And about a year ago, I went completely full-time. Left my full-time job, and here we are.
Okay, cool. So you guys have been, so you guys pretty much serve all of Howard and Tipton counties. Which I think is a great, which is a great benefit to not just, like, I live in Kokomo, so it's like, you know, it's not just a great benefit to me and to other people that live in Kokomo, Greentown, that area, but people that live like in Tipton or, you know, Sharpsville, Windfall.
Right.
I think that's really cool. So what do you guys normally charge?
It depends on where we're going, of course. You know, going out of town, we got to charge a little more money, fuel costs and everything else. In town, our local runs are like $10 a run for cash, $11 if you're paying credit. Anywhere in the city limits, of course, of Kokomo and Tipton city limits. We get outside town, we have to charge a little more because, again, we got mileage, we got time, we got drivers to pay. You know, things aren't cheap nowadays,
True.
so as we all know.
You got to pay the bills, right?
That's it, bud. That's it. You said it. Yeah, we're just trying to help the community out in the same instance as pay our bills as well. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, and how long have you guys been doing this now?
2 years part-time.
Yeah, 2
I'd
years.
say 1 year we started out full-time. And
2 years.
We got 6 employees now and 7 vehicles, and we got a lot of medical contracts and this and that. So everything's going great with
Yeah,
it.
I think this is a great benefit you're providing, especially to those that live in Sharpsville. I remember, I think I've told this story before, but I've told you guys the story, and I'll share it on the video. But when I grew up in Tipton County. I grew up in Sharpsville, and back then I did not have a car, and there was no way, except for my parents driving me around and stuff. There was no way really to get to a place like Tipton or Howard Community. I remember my first job I had when I worked at McDonald's. I used to drive. I used to have my dad would drive from our house in Sharpsville to Tipton to work, and I would have to get up like super early, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would have to ride with him. And then when we moved, and then of course when we moved to Tipton back a couple of years ago, we ended up. I moved with my dad to Tipton a couple of years ago, and then I ended up, that wasn't such a big issue anymore.
Right.
But I just want to say, and I've ridden with you guys on a couple.
We appreciate that, by the way. Yeah,
thank you. And you guys do an excellent job. You guys make sure you guys get to take me to wherever I need to go in a timely fashion. You guys have been super polite, super nice, and you guys do a really, really good job.
Thank you.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate that. We're out there to help anybody. I mean, that's why we kind of base our service on the elderly and the medical field, and we're there to do more than just be a taxi cab.
Yeah.
We're there to go above and beyond for you guys.
Yeah. So what do you see now? What do you see like in the future? Like, what are you guys looking forward to in the future?
Well, we're working on a big deal right now, a big thing that she's been burying her head in for the last 3 months probably. We're going to start our own Medicaid. We're going to accept all these Medicaid contracts, and boy, it's overwhelming. It's something very exciting, but very scary.
Yeah, it's something that the community's needed for a while here.
Yeah, they're begging us to do it. In Howard and Tipton County, Medicaid is just on us about it. But same as a lot of red tape. We're hoping to be up and running in the next month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, now if you guys need a ride from them, how do they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of us Monday through Sunday from 6 a.m. till midnight at 317-385-0005.
All right. Ron, Amber, Logan, thank you so much for joining us on the newscast this week.
Well,
thank you. Thanks for putting our name out there, bud.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you, guys. And by the way, Ron's Town Car is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you need a ride in both Tipton and Howard counties, give them a call at 317-385-0005. Anna?
Thank you, Jacob. And now comes my favorite part of the show, as well as all of yours. And yes, I know what song he's going to sing this time. Here to perform The More We Try is my co-host of Pyle and Company, Jacob Pyle.
Some lessons are forever, never need to change. Right, and the word is written, then we turn the page. Some lessons take forever, time and time again. Caught in a battle that you can't surrender and can never win. You try to make me the boy of your dreams, the ones that you never could find. You thought you saw your face in mine. The more we try, the more we just get lonely. Though you show me how the things you say are true, the lesson learned is no concern if you don't even know me. To need love is all I really learned from you. just get lonely. Though you've shown me how the things you say are true, the lessons learned are no concern, 'cause you don't even know me. Sure, you've done what you can do, but when all our time is through, to be loved is all I ever needed of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was awesome, Jacob. Good job.
Thank you, Anna. Unfortunately, our time is up for this week's episode of Pyle and Company.
Oh, man.
But the good news is we get to be back here again next week.
Of course I'll be here next week, and hopefully so will all of you watching. I'm Anna Pentala.
And I'm Jacob Pyle.
Until next time, make it a good week. I know we will.
So long, everybody.
We hope you can join us next time on Pyle and Company, when our guest will be Remo Tyson and a Pyle and Company throwback interview with Rick and Brandon Norris. All that and more next time on Pyle and Company. This is Butch McCain speaking.